Welcome back. LT Volk here with episode 71 of the Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode playthrough. In this episode we're gonna tie up some side quests, such as finding Dribbles the Clown body parts and investigate suspicious toys. And then we'll proceed to Lae'zel's companion quest to talk to Kithrak Boss. And then move on to Raphael's House of Hope. I don't know how far we'll get, but the side quest shouldn't take too long to finish up. So let's exit the Wormrock prison so we can warp out. And let's see. Yeah, gotta go south. That seems right. Let's go.
Let's see.
And unfortunately, since the worm rock is aggroed, we cannot warp out until we actually leave it. So, let's do just that. As the floors got a whole bunch of blood from our previous battles. If you recall, this is where I accidentally blew up the Steel Watcher and did a whole bunch of damage to my party. Wasn't fun. Anywho, first spot we're gonna warp to is the Basilisk Gate. And there's gonna be one body part there. And then we'll warp into the lower city waypoint. And there should be two body parts in close proximity there. By where Araj was. So... come on. Load! Por favor! Or for favor.
With haste.
Alright. I'm gonna head over this way. I believe it's this house that's got the body part we need. And really, this quest is not very organic. Unless you loot everything, it's,
don't give me trouble now.
you wouldn't be able to get all of the items needed for that side quest. So up here, let's get guidance from Wyll. And we'll burn the lock point as well. Roll with advantage. Not necessary, really, but I think we'll take a long rest as well.
This corpse has been desecrated.
Alright, let's
Displayed. There's nothing random about it.
grab the items and then warp into the lower city central wall. And it looks like my character is over encumbered, right? Yep. So we'll give this pelvis to Karlek, and we'll also send some of the items that I don't need to camp to be sold at a later point. Alright, all of these guys are gonna go to camp. And all of these ones as well. Should be good. Sounds like a good plan. Alright. I think we gotta go into this building next. Where is it? Southwest. Right over here. It's Lavernica's home. Yep, that looks familiar. Ish, but not really. So we're gonna lockpick this door as well. Actually, not gonna get any help here. I don't think we need it. And we got plenty of lockpicks and not too many doors left to lockpick. Come upon a grisly scene of dead dwarf and dead spiders. Now let's go down the hedge. Down the hedge. I believe it's on this person right here. Incontinentia Friggin.
This body, the sacrifice or some kind of display? Judging by the state.
Yeah, so we got this clown severed foot and a letter from Oren. This can go to Karlek. And I will take this iron branded shield or banded shield. And not much else. I don't think there is anything else of real interest here. And I don't really need the gold either. Okie dokie. Artishoki. The next area we're gonna go to is down yonder. And I believe it's in one of these two houses where we need to go. Rainforest home? Yeah, that's it. That's what we need to open.
You seen any gazetteers around?
And up here, my character's gonna lockpick this door. And it's a failure, so we'll try and actually...
Guard caught you picking a lock. Perhaps you'd like to try the lock of your very own cell.
We'll try to talk our way out of here and say far worse goes on around here than lockpicking. Shouldn't you be focused on that? Yeah. Why are you giving me a speeding ticket?
This time. But next time you won't be so lucky.
Yeah, there we go. So I guess we'll have to cast invisibility on ourselves and try it again. Alright, my character will cast great invisibility on myself so we can lockpick this door without being rudely interrupted by law enforcement. Alright, let's go. Lockpick this door. This time it's a success. And let's open the door.
Everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Alright, never mind. You know, you guys should just look at this beautiful kitty. Fist Norris, come on. Get out of here. Well, fine. My character's gonna... Oh, there we go. Now she's walking away. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect everybody. My character's gonna hide somewhere behind here. Or just cast another greater invisibility. There we go. That will work. And now can walk through this door. And down the hedge.
This is a ritual killing, and the murderer wanted it found.
Oh.
There's a trap.
Yep. Thank you. A little too late, but we've got this clown's severed foot now. And another letter. Probably from Oren as well. Yep. So now let's go back up. And we can exit this area. Grab all of our companions back, regroup, and then warp into Rivington waypoint, where we'll be able to finish up a couple of the quests. Yeah, I know, it's not really impactful quests, but I did say in my first video that I'm gonna try and finish up all of the side quests. So that's what I'm doing.
One day I'll catch a break.
Up here. Yeah, we gotta head over yonder and talk to a Manip. Which is, I don't know if it's like a title or a name. Manip Nestor. Let's talk to you.
Got something else to donate, have ya?
Gonna use this persuasion to say, I need to get into the barn. Right now. something dangerous might be amongst the donations. And we'll get Eagle's Splendor and Guidance, just to make sure that we succeed.
I'm gonna let you through because I don't want to take any risks. But you better not be lying.
Lying? Me? Sir, I'm a bard. Lying is not in my vocabulary. As my character used deception like fairly frequently in this playthrough.
Is everything alright, men at Nestor?
Alright, I think it's donations chest that we're gonna lockpick.
Check it out.
What? All these goods have already been
And see what's in there. No, it's not in here. How about this crate?
Just another crate.
And I think there was a check around here somewheres.
This place is trapped.
Ah, there we go. A crate of teddy bears.
You were right. Explosives. Now give me some room. I need to make sure the rest of these donations are safe. You try and find whoever is responsible for this.
Alright. Manip Nestor. That opens up another quest. Up in the Shares Caress, right? So let's warp back to this waypoint and then head to Circus of the Last Days to talk to Lucretius. And turn in all the body parts. Sounds bueno. Yeah. Probably gonna be a fairly slow episode up until we get into the House of Hope and the Hells. And I think for the first time I'm gonna swap out Shadowheart because the enemies there have got Radiant Retort type of reaction, so she won't be able to do much damage at all. So I think for the fights, or to go to House of Hope, it's gonna be my character, Karlach, Gale, and Wyll. And shouldn't be too difficult, especially now that I know that the Arrow of Many Targets and the Helm of Arcane Acuity and the Band of Mystic Scoundrel allows you to bump up your DC spell by like 8. Okie dokie. Where are you, Lucretius? There they are. Let's talk.
I want to have a word.
Hello again, my vicious little warrior. Any luck finding dribbles?
This is every part of Dribbles I could find.
Oh, perfection. This is just what I need. His flesh has a few rat bites and his teeth are missing, but these are minor issues. I shall remake Dribbles better than before, where once he was famous, he will now become legend. And you? Here, darling, a little something from your friend, Lucretius. My circus and I can now finally leave.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Lucretius.
And I you delectable vintage. Oh, and if you do take on the Absolute, do try not to end up like poor Dribbles. You are so very pretty after all.
Okie dokie. Now we got these gloves that I don't think we really need. Now let's warp in to the Worm Crossing and head to Shares Caress. Although we might just grab Lazel right now.
Crossing has a bit of a reputation, doesn't it? Tad mercenary, tad sordid. Anything and anyone for a price.
Nah, but to little harm. Shouldn't we all be allowed to stoke a few fires from time to time?
Yep, alright. They, Wyll and Shadowheart were having a banter. Alright, let's go and talk to Duke Ravengard. Let him know that, there is no dragon. The dragon is dead.
The Absolute's voice is gone, but I still hear its echoes. Reflections of reflections.
I'm gonna tell him about our battle with Answer.
I failed, Father. The worm is fallen.
A terrible fate for Ansur, my son. Yet my hopes for the city's future have never been higher.
I don't understand.
You and your allies slayed the undead terror that was once the Great Ansur. You are stronger than even the Great Worm. You will be the one to part the storms and lead the people through. You, not Ansur, are the savior we need. First, you will fell the Absolute. Then we will rebuild Baldur's Gate. We will take back our city together. I will name you Baldur's Gate's newest Grand Duke of the Council. You will be hailed Heart of the Gate.
Grand Duke. I look the part of a fiend.
I will tell the citizens and the patriarchs of your good works. They will know you carry your father's banner.
Uncertainty fills the air. Wyll has reached a fork in his path. In which direction will he travel?
I'm just gonna say, I trust you, Wyll. Follow your heart, wherever it leads.
Wyll?
I fought to right the wrongs of the coast. To slay the men and monsters that hunt the helpless. It is in the wilds that I find my courage, not in the halls of upper city estates. There will be no Grand Duke Wyll Ravengard, and there will be no Blade of Frontiers. I am now the Blade of Avernus. For as long as demons and devils imperil the Sword Coast, they will be my prey.
Then go with my blessing. Be Faerun's great defender. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. Let these be the lights that guide you, my son. Hail the Blade of Avernus!
The Blade of Avernus!
A calm settles over you. The Elder Brain is a menace, but with the Blade of Avernus at your side, you know you can triumph.
It was kind of funny. Minsk kind of joined the cutscene. Was standing there looking over. It's like, oh, what are you guys talking about? Alright, well, let's talk.
The Blade of Avernus. A new name for a changed man. The four pillars finally rise within me. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. I'm not to abide them, but to become them. But enough reflection for today. I'm of a mind to celebrate. A hearty meal would do the trick. A few hunks of fresh venison, a round of brown ale. What do you say?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got an Elder Brain to deal with, remember?
Of course, but we need nourishment, don't we? And we can't go beating up brains on empty stomachs. You hunt the meat, I'll scrounge up the ale. Prepare your belly for a roast a la Blade. Let's hope Gale doesn't take offense if I assume cooking duties, just the once.
What are your plans as the Blade, once the Brain is defeated?
I scout both the Hells and the Coast's havens, and I destroy every fiend that dares put its eye on Faerun.
Wyll takes a sharp breath. He's keeping something from you.
There's more to your plans than you letting on, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I will be hunting Mizora. I won't let her claim one more soul, slay one more victim. I'm going to make my way to the Hells and tear the horns right off her damned head.
Gonna use the persuasion here to say, let it go, Wyll. There are better ways to help the people of the Sword Coast. And let's roll. And an easy success.
Part of me wants to argue, to insist that I'd be killing Mizora for the good of the coast, but I can't. Not when I know I'm killing her out of revenge. You're right. I won't target Mizora. But should she cross my path in Avernus, I'll cut her to ribbons before she can so much as groan Zariel's name.
Alright. Good talk. And, Duke?
The devil's stench lingers, but Wyll is yet a champion of the people. I'd hoped he'd join me on the council, but he is his own man. I couldn't be prouder.
Councillor Floric will be relieved to hear that you are alright.
Hells, Floric. While the Absolute commanded my mind, I condemned her to death and confined her in Worm's Rock prison. She stood by me even as the Hell's fires lapped at my feet. You must free her.
Floric is free. She's gathering allies as we speak.
Tremendous news. She proves as loyal to you as she is to me. I couldn't bear it if she died by my command. May the Triad guide her steps.
That's it. Alright. Up here, let's grab Lae'zel. Lae'zel, where are you at, girl? I think somewhere up here, right? Maybe... Is she... Where are you? Let's check the map, I guess. Gale, Withers, Scratch, yep. Shadowheart. Those are all of my summons. Man, I haven't used her in so long that I don't even know where she is. There's Karlach. There she is. Ah! Spotted her. Now, took 10 on my perception check. Alright, Lae'zel, let's go.
Wyll shall force all devil kind to tremble before him. The Hells have much to fear.
Okay, what's going on here? Oh. Yeah, let's, I had a controller plugged in. Sorry about that. Alright, let's go. Join me.
Space, and my might is yours.
And you can take, Wyll's
ready for battle.
Place for now. And now we can exit the camp. That's what we're gonna do.
A dinner date. At first your request confused me, but then I became curious.
Think you might like to try it for yourself sometime?
Exactly. Pleasure isn't it?
Depends on the company.
Well, good thing for us both I make for riveting company.
It's got Karlach and Lae'zel talking there. And there's Corilla, who is actually part of Raphael's retinue. Anywho, let's continue heading this away to try and locate the noble that booby-trapped some toys for the refugees. And hopefully punish him. Alright, and I believe this is Devil's Den, so this is actually the Lae'zel's side quest. But let me check something here. Investigate suspicious toys. Arthur Gregorio.
Librarian does this thing with her.
Alright, let's teleport back over here. and see where he is located. This is the Free Orpheus ones. Yep. Defeat Gortash, Undercity. Alright, let's re-enter the Shareskores and try to find that guy that's responsible for booby trapping the toys. Gorilla, no, not him. Some citizens. Let's enter here. Oh, there we go. R for Gregorio. Let's talk.
9 hells! You followed me all the way here? What could you possibly want with me now?
I found the explosive toy bears you donated to the refugees.
What? How? 9 hells? Whatever you think you know, I'm sure some gold would help you to forget.
I'm here to see you brought to justice.
Please don't. What do you want from me? It's not my fault. I was forced to do this. Framed even. They would have killed me if I refused to rig the toys. And they're definitely going to kill me now.
They? Who is this they?
I can't tell you. I won't tell you.
I'm gonna use the intimidation here to say, tell me who they are, or you'll be dead before they even get to you. Little threats, you know, never hurt anybody. There we go.
All right. Just don't hurt me. The teddy bears were an experiment. My greatest invention. A clever little device in their chest allows them to speak. But there's more. Smoke powder inside the device. I collect packages from Valoga's fireworks in the lower city and stuff the bears with it. Not because I want to, because I have to. Otherwise, they'll kill me.
You still haven't told me who they are.
I don't know who's in charge, but it starts at the fireworks shop. That's where the packages come from. Go there, tell them Uncle Valoga sent you, and they'll show you the smoke powder. Lots of it. There. I told you what you wanted to know. Now, will you let me go?
His plea comes with an offering. A pass granting you access to the lower city.
I'm gonna say this. What's this? Bribery? The only place you're going is prison.
You can't be serious. They'll find me. A cell won't keep me safe. They run this city.
I'm gonna use the persuasion here to say, at least in prison, there'll be walls to break through before anyone can get to you. And let's roll. And an easy success.
All right, I'll go. But if I'm found hanging in my cell, it'll be on your conscience.
Not really. I think I'll sleep pretty well when the guy that tried to kill some kids or injure some kids dies. Anywho, where's the next point of this quest? Fireworks in the lower city. Alright, I think we're gonna warp into the Basilisk Gate again.
I don't think this
And then investigate the fireworks shop, which I think is the end of the quest. And then, like I said, we'll return to Shareskores and talk to Kithrak Voss. Alright, let's go. Load! Faster!
Time to press ahead.
Okay, we got Heapside Strand. Waypoint right here, which should take us right next to where we need to be.
Seems simple enough.
Let's go in and talk to some peoples.
Not a good mix.
Carl
Let's
acting
take things nice and
explosives.
gently. I'd rather not blow up if it's all the same.
Alright, let's talk to this guy.
Faces, hands, and eyebrows. How do we protect them?
Watch for wind direction. Put on your gloves. And a light at arm's length.
Very good. And what does Uncle Falogir always say?
Once it's lit, you commit.
Excellent! Now remember, Falogir's fireworks accepts no liability for singed nails, toasted eyelashes, loss of limbs, scalded torsos, or blown off heads. Now, you there. What can I do for you?
You feel an all too familiar squirm in the recesses of your mind. He has a tadpole.
Aha! A fellow friend of Gortash. Praise the Absolute. I have a special sample, available just for you, if you wish.
Sure. Why not?
This one will be very useful against any and all enemies of Gortash. Be sure to be clear of its explosion area. Please enjoy responsibly, and nowhere near this establishment. Is there anything else I can do for you?
We're gonna recall the password. Uncle Falogir sent me.
Aha! You must be Arthur's friend. Keep your voice down. Yes, yes, he's just upstairs, but only one flight. If you get to the top, you've gone too far. Browse as irresponsibly as you like. Just don't tell the other customers.
And we got a smoke powder bomb, and now we can try and talk to this guard to go upstairs.
Head on up.
Your uncle is waiting for you upstairs.
That guy looks like he's like half a lizard. He's got all the veins on his face.
Maintaining temperature.
And who do we have here? Clerk Tamara. Alright, let's talk to her.
Another friend of Falagir? All right. Just remember the top floor's off limits, password or not. Looking to buy a little something extra then?
Yeah. What have you got?
Smoke powder in its earthier forms. For purists only.
Okie dokie. And do you have anything that I need? You do not.
Don't jostle any of them.
Bastard, if it breaks, won't blow us up.
And let's see. What else can we do here? Yep. We'll need another way.
Pressure steady. Temperature.
Well, everybody just gonna ungroup. My character is gonna cast the greater invisibility on myself. Yeah, there you go.
Steady. Gonna need to change out his barrel soon.
And up here, actually gonna go into the turn-based mode just so my invisibility doesn't run out. And we got Bay Knight cultists assembling explosives. Alright, stop them. And what's the best way to do this? I wonder. Alright, my character is just gonna come on up here. It's gonna fire an arrow of many targets on one of these enemies, which initiates the battle.
Can't afford to let up.
Shadowheart is dragged into the battle as well, which is just fine. She's gonna cast her Spirit Guardians, click heals, and now she's gonna attack some of these enemies with her spirit guardians and then continue running up to the top floor. So, and then tag these enemies here. Alrighty. Run through here, tank attacks of opportunity. And we'll use cutting words to make the enemy miss. Tag that enemy and end your turn.
Victory awaits.
Lazel's gonna run up down here and use her trip attack on one of these enemies here. Then trip attack on this enemy. Unfortunately, she missed. Alright, action surge, trip attack again. And now do some menacing attacks to prevent them from getting up. And burn up a whole bunch of your maneuver dice. Alright, and end turn.
Gods, it's hot in here.
The diva is gonna fly in closer and use a Wrathful Smite. Missed.
What's this?
Karlach's gonna frenzy. And then actually Lazel, cancel your end turn and move out of the way. Just so Karlach can run up down the stairs and start throwing. Alright. So first, path is interrupted. Alright, never mind. Cunning action dash, go all the way up to the top floor and start throwing into some of these enemies. And I don't know why my character is not able to use his bonus action, but it's alright.
Easy as.
Alright, take out some of the enemies here. Karlach with your returning pike. Action surge. Continue throwing into one of the enemies. And once more. Alright, get a little bit closer and throw at that enemy. And then end your turn. The Myrmidon's gonna get a little bit closer and use its Hymal strike on this downed enemy. Kills him and end turn. And now we got all of these guards blowing stuff up. Yep, it's not really great, but we also fairly fine here. We'll take a long rest right after this fight is over. And we got some more of these enemies trying to make something happen. Up here, Lazel is gonna use her Indomitable. And it's being struck. Alright. The Diva is gonna attack this Philog Maev. Success, killed him off, and end turn.
So much for peace.
Shadowheart's gonna tag that enemy. Tank an attack of opportunity. And then tag two of these enemies. And then use a guiding bolt on the Tumbolt, the Paladin. And then turn.
Still breathing, despite everything.
My character's gonna run over yonder.
Don't waste a step.
And fire off an arrow of many targets. And use the Executioner as well, sure. And cast the level 3 hold person to hold this guy and this guy. And turn. And it looks like Wyll is just attacking that enemy because she's got goaded by one other fighter. Karlach's gonna run into this little room and start throwing into the black gauntlet. Paralyzing critical, sure. And then throw it at them again. Kills them off. Rage throw into the tombolt. And throw it at them again to take them out. And then turn. Let's use the healing vapors here with the Myrmidon. And then turn. Got that enemy firing off another fireball, but they didn't have the line of sight this time. The guards are taking Wyll and was able to frighten her. The diva is gonna try and smite one of these guards here. Success, and then turn.
Is ever easy.
Up here, Shadowheart's gonna tag this Limburn's Blackswood. She's gonna click heals and run down the stairs if she can. We'll see. Alright, continue running this way. Breaks her concentration, unfortunately. And turn.
Go from here.
My turn.
Karlach's gonna take out this enemy right here that's paralyzed by my bard. Kills him off. Then she's gonna use her cunning action dash to get over here. Gonna take a little bit of damage probably, but it's alright. And now she's gonna try and do another cunning action dash and see if she can make it her way down. Nope. Alright, and turn. My character's gonna misty step over here. And then use a hold person on two of these enemies here. 1 and a 2. And then turn.
I am death.
Wyll, go ahead and start hitting some of these enemies and try to take them out. 1, 2, 3. And second win. Why not? And then turn. The Myrmidon's gonna give us healing vapors again. Oh, it actually healed enemies as well. Alright. That's fine. And we'll re-roll this throw for the enemy. And then charm them so they can't attack my character again. Sounds good. And those enemies are being held. The diva's gonna use a smite on some fellow guards, kills them, and then turn.
My luck again.
Wyll's gonna be attacking the other fellow guard. Try to take him out. And turn.
It's easy these days.
Alright, Karlach, it's go time.
Shadowheart, get out of the way.
This is gonna feel good.
Karlach, run down this way. And throw your returning pike at this enemy. Kills him off.
Survival is all that matters.
Now my character's gonna try and hit this guy with Arrow of Humanoid Slaying. I don't have it up here, I guess. Alright, we'll just fire a regular shot at them. And then use our bonus action to hold them. Although they saved. Not great. Alright, cunning action dash for Karlach to get really close. And then she can just finish off this enemy. Sounds good. 1 and 2. And let's see. It's complete now. Alright, very good. Now, everybody come back together. And let's take a long rest. So we can recover all of our spell slots that we've burned up. Okay, long rest. Auto select this.
Might be a while before there's another chance to rest.
And once again, doesn't seem like we have another cutscene here. Works for me, you know? I'm gonna leave this area. I don't think we need to loot the actual fireworks place. I don't think they got anything interesting there.
These boots have seen everything.
But now, let's go talk to Kithrak Voss. Which is gonna be in Worm's Crossing, right? South span of Worm's Crossing. There we go. That will work. And like I said, we'll talk to Kithrak Voss. He'll give us the next hint to where to go, and then we're gonna reorganize our party a little bit. Talked about it before, we're not gonna take Shadowheart to Hells.
The librarian does this thing with her wig.
Alright. Now, let's head up to the 3rd floor, over the bridge, and then up to see Kithrak Voss. In this room here, the Devil's Den. Everybody ready? Let's go.
Hand it over. Much more than... You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it. And you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
I feel empty. What did you do?
I gave you back your privacy by shutting that illithid in your pocket out of your mind. It can't hear us.
Huh. What's the catch?
Then speak freely. Tell me why you brought me here.
I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away, which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
Orpheus?
Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
Go on.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
It's very convenient that you have exactly what I need.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
There it is. Of course.
What are you hoping to get out of all this?
Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir.
I'm tempted. But tell me why you're so eager to get hold of the crown.
I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Karsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Karsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
Up here we'll just use this option to say, the idea of you ruling all 9 hells doesn't fill me with joy.
The hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them.
Why haven't you got a hold of the crown already?
It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
It must really annoy you that some mortals managed to steal the crown when you couldn't.
Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
I'm gonna choose this option to say, I'd rather destroy the crown than risk it falling into the wrong hands again.
How short-sighted. Much better to put it into the right hands. Hands that will ensure it is removed from this world. And it's the only way you can ensure that you remain part of this world.
No deal, Raphael. I'm leaving.
I won't stop you. But time is running out. So don't stay away for long. If you see reason, I'll be here, waiting. Right up to the moment the world ends.
There we go. And let's talk to Lae'zel, because she's got something to say.
The means to loosing the Prince of the Comet was within our grasp, and you refused it. Why?
Because we don't need the deal. We can take the hammer from the House of Hope.
I wanted to follow the open valley, the easy way out. You chose the brambled path. I'm annoyed by it. And I admire you for it. We must speak with Voss. Then we find our way to Raphael's House of Hope. We'll take the Orphic hammer and use it to smash the true heir's bonds. Yisk Githkar Tafki Crashet. The Githyanki will be free.
Okie dokie. And now let's go back down this way.
I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
I know. I was worried.
Me too. It's concerning that something could come between us like that. Especially when we are so close to the Elder Brain. Do you have any idea what it was?
We'll use the performance here to pretend to be clueless. I don't know, man. We'll use a lock point and we'll get guidance from Shadowheart. And let's roll. Success.
You didn't feel it? Then perhaps my protection. But I was sure. Never mind. We must press on. I will bolster your mental defenses and make sure this doesn't happen again.
Yep. I think I talked before how I don't really trust the Emperor. I'll use him, but he's got his own schemes and plans. Alright, let's talk to Keithrak Voss, and then we'll end the episode right after that.
Voss, friend to the Comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the Devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
No, I will find another way to liberate Orpheus.
I did not come this far for you to turn your back on the First Mother's son.
Githkar Tavkim crashed. You put your trust in me, Voss. I plan to honor it.
Yes, and it seems I have no choice but to trust. There is but one prism, and you are its key. Find a way to retrieve the hammer and free Orpheus from the prism. I will assemble his remaining honor guard and plan our next actions. Together, we will yet free the true heir of Gith's blessed empire. He will free us from Vlaakith and lead our Kithraki against the Geich. Istik, I will wait in the underground. Seek me when you have the hammer in hand.
Any idea where Raphael might keep the Orphic hammer?
A devil of Raphael's stature does not simply make camp on the shores of the Styx. He will have made a sanctuary for himself, a lavish one too, one that caters to his many vices.
The House of Hope. We must find a way in.
The House of Hope, you say? I couldn't ask for a name more fitting. Every house has an entrance, Istik, even those in the Hells. You must find it.
Alright, so up here we're just gonna leave.
You are wasting your time, and mine. Our true enemy is the Elder Brain. Focus your mind there.
And we're gonna end the episode right here. Pretty good spot. On the next episode, we're gonna continue this quest chain to find the Orphic hammer, so that we're eventually able to release Orpheus. Yeah, sounds like a good plan. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching, and hope to see you again soon.